Welcome students. I welcome you to Code Vita training series problem discussion. Yesterday we have asked two problems, programming oriented problems. Today I wish to discuss those problems in terms of how to solve that and implement the problems. I start with the first problem. The problem name is workers. I read the problem statement. There are n workers. Each worker is one of the following three types. A translator translates some text from chef's language to another language. An author writes some text in chef's language. And another one is an author translator can both write a text in chef's language and translate it to another language. Actually, chef wants to have some text written and translated into some language. Chef can do either of these tasks, but he can hire workers for each I ranging from 1 to n. If he hires ith worker, he must pay that worker Ci coins. Help chef find the minimum total number of coins he needs to pay to have a text written and translated. We need to uh, have a text written and translated. It is guaranteed that it is possible to write and translate the text. Here we need to select or hire workers such that minimum number of total coins needs to be paid. We need to translate text. We have to write text and translate. Both of the work we need to hire persons. Either you can hire a text translator or an author, or person who is doing both the task author translation. Okay. Here the input format will be the first line of input contains a single integer n denoting the number of workers. That is, if you have an array means you have to say mention the array size. The second line contains the n separator integer c1 to cn denoting the number of coins chef has to pay each hired worker. Okay, for each worker, now how many number of coins that you have to pay. That information is available in the second line. Third line contains a n space separator integer t1 to tn denoting the types of workers. For each valid I, ith worker is translator if ti equal to 1, an author if ti equal to 2, or an author translator if ti equal to 3. So the output will be a single line containing one integer, minimum number of coins chef has to pay. So the constraints are the array size should be in between 1 and 1000. Then number of coins in between 1 and 1 lakh, between 1 and 1 lakh, and the types of workers type ranging from 1 to 3. Maybe it may be a translator or an author or author translator. Okay, here they have mentioned it subtask. If all workers are author translator means the 15 points will be given. If you solve original constraint means 85 points will be given. Okay, here I show the example input. Here you have inputted number of, and that is number of workers, and second line contains the 5 integers separated by a space which contains the number of coins needed to pay for the worker. And third line contains n integer values separated as in space by using this space, which contains the types of works. The output should be a 4 because chef can hire 2 workers. They may hire worker 1 and worker 2. Okay, when you add worker 1, worker 2 number of coins, the output will be 4 coins. There is another option solution available. We can hire worker 5. He both do translation and authoring work, but we need to pay 8, which is greatest, no, but we need to give minimum number of coins. Okay, if you hire worker 1 or worker 2 means you will give you can solve author problem and translation problem, and you can pay 4 coins. Another solution available, but it cost 10 coins. Okay, we can hire 3 and 4. Collectively we can give 10 coins. So here we are in a position to identify the minimum elements. Okay, so we need to identify 2 minimum element in the second line of input and sum with the authoring task, author translator task. We have one option, no? Here we have third type of worker, that is the person who is able to do authoring and as well as translation, no? Which is to be compared with the sum of the worker and that is authoring work and authoring translator work. If it is less means just you can print this, otherwise you can print this. Okay, I tell the logic. Here I have included the header file. The following line, I need to identify the minimum among 2 numbers. For suppose I define a function, min function, which accepts 2 argument of integer and returns a minimum element, which is an integer. If a less than b means, it means that a is an less than b, so it returns a, otherwise it returns b. In main function, which is the main driver program, which returns an integer. Okay, here for getting the number of workers detail, we need to declare a variable and input the number of workers from the user by using scanf statement, and create 2 array, A array, B array. A array is used to store the coins, number of coins needed for each worker, and B array is used to store the types of work, maybe author, translator, or author translator. No, it can take up 1 to 3, either 1 or 2 or 3. This is for storing the number of coins. This is for storing the type of work. Just use loop to get array of A values, there is number of coins values, and use another loop to get type of work values. Okay, here in previous input we got 2 array, no? Likewise, get 2 array by using scanf statement. We make use of a loop for getting array elements, array ranging from 0 to n. Okay, after getting the value, just set A value, B value, and C value. A value is meant for storing the minimum number of coins needed to completing the author work, and B is used to store the minimum number of coins needed to doing the translator work, and C is used to store the minimum number of coins needed to doing the author translator work. Initially it is set is maximum value. Maximum value means in constant itself we have mentioned maximum value, no, 1 lakh. Okay, so just to set the maximum value for the 3 variables. Okay, and starting from first array element, the array element starting from 0 and which is ending with n minus 1. Just to check B array. B B array means that is types of work equal to 1 and array of I less than A. Initially, consider you are giving the input as 1 means the 1 is compared with A, which is greater value, maximum value. The condition is satisfied. Accordingly, array A equal to array of I will be stored. There is a for the first iteration, then 1 will be stored. And you are checking B array of B array of I equal to 2. That is, you are checking for translator task. If it is less than the B value, it is B is greater no initially B value. So for B task we have 3 here no. Okay. Now it is compare and the condition satisfies. Now B equal to 3. So A equal to 1, B equal to 3. Next you are checking array of I less than C. The array of I is there is this condition, array of I less than C. So we have any lesser value we are having, and also we are checking another condition that the type of task is 3. It is author translated task. If it is so, C will be stored. Okay. At a particular point of time, 8 will be stored. For example, in last iteration only we are having the type of work as 3. So 8 will be stored in the C. Okay, please consider 8 will be stored in the 3. But in first two iteration, A has 1 and B has 3. Okay. In the third and fourth iteration, we have 4 and 6 no. Okay. This 4 and 6 will be compared with the already available A and value. Already we have A as 1 and B as 3. The 4 and 6 compared means it never works. This condition never works. So we get the A value as 1 and B value as 3 and the C value as 8 after completing the iteration. So which is the minimum number of coins needed. Now you should compare A plus B with the C. Okay. So C contains the author translation, minimum number of coins needed to complete the author translation work, and A contains minimum number of coins needed to complete the other work, and B contains the minimum number of coins needed to complete the translator work. Here we need to identify the minimum among the A plus B and the C. Here A plus B is 4 and the C is 8. So when you compare A plus B and C, A plus B is less. So it will return the result as 4. Okay, in this way we can solve the problem. Okay, it's very easy. We are identifying the minimum among two numbers and comparing with the author translated task, which is 8. So 1 plus 3 is less than 8, no. 1 plus 3 equal to 4. 4 is less than 8, no. So we are getting the output as 4. It's very easy problem. Okay. Actually, problem statement is very large, but the solution to solve the problem is very easy. Okay. I start with another problem. Problem name is tickets. Okay. I read the problem statement. Every day, Mike goes to his job by a bus where he buys a ticket. On the ticket, there is a letter code that can be represented as a string of uppercase Latin letters. Mike believes that the day will be successful in case exactly two different letters in the code alternate. Okay, if you have two different letters in an alternate way in all the characters means we can say that they will be successful. Otherwise, they will not be successful. Otherwise, he believes that the day will be unlucky. Mike believes that the day will be successful in case exactly two different letters in the code alternate. Otherwise, he believes that the day will be unlucky. Please see note section of the formal definition of altering code. You are given a ticket code. Please determine whether the day will be successful for Mike or not. Print yes or no without codes corresponding to the situation. For example, in an input, first line of the input contains an integer denoting the number of test cases. That is how number of inputs you are supplying. Okay. The first and only line of each test case contains a single string S denoting the letter code on the ticket. Okay. For example, if you are giving test cases T is 1 means it contains only one string. If T is 2 means it contains two strings separated by a new line. Okay. Output will be the yes or no. If yes means the day will be successful, no means the day is unlucky. Note two letters X and Y. X should not be equal to Y are said to be alternating in a code. The code is of the form XY, XY, XY. Okay, the constraints are the T number of test cases ranging from 1 to 100 and S is the string which has uppercase letter. Here we have a subtask. If you solve the problem for a number of problem which having the number of characters 2 means the 50 points will be awarded. If number of strings to be processed 2 to 100 means remaining 50 points will be given. For example, here having number of test cases 2, so you need to supply 2 strings. Here is this first string, we have alternate text AB followed by AB followed by AB. So the day will be successful in a ticket. When you see this string in ticket code, the day will be successful. Here we having AB, we are having AB followed by you should be having AB, but it is not available. So we can say that the day will not be successful. Okay. So we need to have an alternate text. It should not be same. Okay, like this. When you have X and Y letters means XY, 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 like that we have. Okay. So the now length of a string should be even. Please understand that length of a string will be even because we are having alternate text only, no? Okay. So I just solve the problem. Just include the header file and include the main function. Here I maintain 3 variables, integer variable, T for getting number of test cases, I for iteration purpose, and the flag for checking whether we are having alternate text or not. And we have a character array. Character array should be size of characters should be ranging from okay, 100 no number of constraint 1 to 100 no. So declare the variable a of 101, and we have B and C. B and C for storing the text characters. Okay, first character and second character. It may be changed. Okay, just input the number of test cases by using scanf statement until t reaches 0. This while loop will work. For example, if you give 2 means 2 times this while loop will run. First get the size of the scanf. In scanf just mention a because string itself a pointer. If you give percentages in scanf means just give a. Okay, not ampersand a. Initially the flag will be 1. For example, if we are giving AB, 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 consider first character will be A no. So in section B, in variable B, A will be stored. In variable C, B will be stored. See carefully, B contains A and C contains B. Now, just to check if B not equal to C, because when you are processing alternate text, the first character should not be equal to second character. So just check if B is not equal to C. If B equal to C means immediately we can say flag equal to 0 and you can say it is no. See here, if flag equal to 1 means I say yes, otherwise I say no. And coming to previous slide, B is not equal to C means you can process. Otherwise, just go to else part and set flag equal to 0, which leads to printing the data no. If P not equal to C means just check from third character, because array starting from 0 no. For 0 first character, 1 means second character. So I have checked 2 characters and starting with third character. For that purpose I am giving I equal to 2 and A of I not equal to 0. Until the end of string reach you have to check. Now check I remainder 2. I remainder 2 means just check whether you are checking the even number of even positioned character. So if I remainder 2 equal to 0 means you are checking the even positioned character. That is fourth, second person here, the fourth person or sixth person or eighth person. If even positioned character equal to B, just set flag 1. Else, if odd person character equal to C, set flag equal to 1. So here we are checking whether alternate, we are having the same number of alternate character. For example, first two characters A and B, no. Third character, fourth character also should be A and B. So that is checked here. Okay, you are checking third character as B and fourth character as A. So third character as A and fourth character as B. If it is so, just set the flag value. Flag value as 1. Otherwise, if either one of the characters mismatching, means you are setting the flag value is 0 and immediately come out of the loop. Because if it is not satisfying the condition, immediately you can come out of the loop and saying that the string is the day is unsuccessful or unlucky. Okay, here we are checking the alternate text. Okay, A, B. If you have A as first character and B as second character, both are unequal, and third should be A and fourth should be B. Here fifth should be A and sixth should be B. So you should possess alternative characters. If it is not so, just say no. Otherwise, say yes. This is checked by using the simple loop. Okay. First initially storing the alternative characters. First two characters B and C, and you are immediately checking B is not equal to C. If B is equal to C means immediately say no. If B is not equal to C means check third and fourth character and fifth and sixth character and seventh and eighth character and so on. If any one of the conditions gets failed means just set flag equal to 0 and immediately come out of the loop, then say no. If flag equal to 1 means alternative characters are matching, so immediately print yes. So these two problems are very simple problems. Hope you understood the concept. We will discuss in the next session. Thank you.